I'm your host, Chris Caliber, and welcome back to Reality Era. I know it's been a long time, but ever since, that former President Donald Trump has stopped existence, we all took a break to get our thoughts collected and get right and come back. Today's guest is very special. You might have known her from the first 2 episodes of Reality Era as your host, the CFO, CEO, and all of that of Cloud.tv itself, Meada Marx. So when we get back, we were speaking and catching up with Meada to see what she's been doing over the last 1.5 to 2 years since you guys seen her, the content she's putting out, the new work ethic she's putting in, and what's to come. So stay tuned, and you already know. Do what you have to do so we can do what we want to do. Welcome back to Reality Era. Yes, welcome back to Reality Era again. I'm your host, Chris Caliber, and we are joined by...
Hi! How are you guys doing? It's your favorite little lady, Lioness.
Lioness.
Well, as most of you guys know me as, I'm Meada Marx. But today, you guys get to meet Dandy.
Well, that's beautiful in some type of way. So how about you tell us about how this Lioness thing came about? Because last time we saw you, you was hosting the show. You was Meada Marx. And how'd you progress into this new persona of yours?
Well, if I may be very honest, Dandy has always been here. I just didn't really know how to let her out and just be very open with people seeing me as her, as well as, because of course it's very easy to see Meada. She's very chill, she's laid back, she's that goofy girl you love. But Dandy, she's a little wildcat, like a little cocoa wildflower. So it was just something that I felt is a part of my evolution, and she just couldn't hide any longer.
Well,
just trust me, she can hide. She can hide.
Well, it's good to have you back. It's been about 2.5, almost 3 years since you've been here.
I know, and I know. And it's not really my fault. It's just that as much as, Meada is so cool, she's so down to earth, she just wasn't the person that I felt you guys enjoyed seeing too much.
Yeah, so you left hosting on to me.
Yeah, I kind of did. Because, as much as, because Dandy's fun. She's erratic. She says what the hell she wants, and you guys just have to sit there and take it. It is what it is. Meada, she's a little more reserved. She has that, very, what's the word for it? Calming, nurturing kind of disposition that you typically get when you're, caged. In a cage of a cage.
Be like that. Well, time has passed. You still own the show. You still run the show.
Yes, from the back. I like to see from the back.
All right. So how about you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing all of this time? We hear that you're now modeling, you're doing podcasts, you're doing independent films, if we will. How about you tell us a little bit about some of these things?
Well, the modeling, I have been doing on and off for a couple of years. It's just not something I push too much. It's it is what it is. And I don't really feel secure with it because, Meada, she's so reserved and she's not really trying to put herself out there in that manner where she could be judged. She's very sensitive. She can be really, really sensitive when it comes to stuff like that. But I've been trying that mostly. It's just sensual, nude, and I guess erotic modeling. I've been doing pretty much with that. And forward with personal production is what I would typically call homemade amateur porn. That's not necessarily high-end production, but it's something that I dabbled in on and off for 5 years. I never really put anything out, even though, trust me, I was definitely all in the filming part of it. It is, it is what it was.
You liked the work, but you didn't want to release the product.
Yeah, I was that kind of scared. I put in the work, but I didn't want nobody to see it. I was just and then even a couple times, some people have seen it, over the course of years. And, I told a few people that, I feel like my family should know first. And as opposed to having the world see me. And then it's so in the private sector of things, behind the scenes, there's a few people who already knew about Dandy. They just was respectful of her in that nature. So.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. We're going to be back with Lioness, formerly Meada Marx, after these bills are paid So stay tuned. Welcome back again. Lioness is here, enjoying her time, catching up, filling us in on what she's been doing all this time. So tell us a little bit about this photography session that you're into, because, we're scrolling a few of the photos by. You look like you've become a very self-empowered woman over time. Like, how is that with the world changing, women's revolution? What did that have any influence on you deciding to be this empowered woman that you've become?
Well, yeah, I think so, because I do come from a very reserved background when it comes to certain things that Daddy does. So, like as I said, like, she is a personality more or less that I chose to hide, because I was Meada was very critical on how people viewed her, especially when it comes to the business aspects of things. And even though Danny funded a lot of what Reality Ever was able to do, like, I decided, let me hold her back so people don't really get their, cues mixed and stuff like that, to like avoid all that mishaps and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God, like, is this how we, got the funds for this? Like, it is true. Like, I definitely did use a lot of Danny's actions and motivations to get this, ball going. But, there's so many people in my life, if I may be honest, that aren't really accepting of Danny. So in order to protect her and Meada at the same time, I had to just pull one of us back and let the other one lead, more or less.
It'd be like that sometimes. There's a lot of times that I had to be like, I'm going to be Chris today. And then, there's times like this, I had to be Chris Caliber, so I completely understand. Tell us about this podcast thing that you've been doing recently. I've seen you on one episode of
Evil Jagan
okay.
podcast. Well, it's more or less a podcast where we take viral moments all over the world and in the internet mostly, and we give us our honest opinion about it with a panel of anywhere between 3 to 7 ladies, and of course the host Evil Jagan. And he just like moderates our conversation, gives us these tales of the internet, and we just we all pan in on it and see what we think about it. But it's really cool, like, especially you get perspectives from all different kinds of women, and and be able to like voice your opinion, so that it's not just a one biased monolithic narrative that's just repetitive and boring. We scrap all of that. Like,
sounds fun. Yeah, definitely check out for that. eviljagan.com and Evil Jagan on YouTube.
Yes, and on Twitch as well. So you better view us there. The dates on that is yet to be seen. So we're gonna get those dates out there, but
Sound good. So about yourself, we also hear that you've been getting back into this whole gaming thing. We've seen you on a few aerobics things on the internet. So your Ring Fit in it. Tell us about your jump back into games.
Well, I actually enjoyed gaming for the better part of my existence. Like, I definitely did, all the way back from, the classic Nintendo and the SEN. Like, but I just recently was able to have time, right? To get back into, my fitness, stuff like that. On and off I was doing Just Dance, because that was just something, as most people do and don't know, I was a professional dancer. So that was just something that caught my attention. And then also I was very, adamant about my health and my, fitness. So just an installment from, Nintendo having the Ring Fit, it was just a go. Like, I was just already hooked. I just needed the time and the space, and here we are. Like, rest is history.
Sounds fun. So you're gonna be pushing out more content as far as that goes in the future, or was that one-off?
I think I will definitely hold on to that for a while, because I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy the sweat, the exertion. I am a go getter. Like, so I think I'm gonna be doing more of those. But I think I'm gonna try to incorporate some more of my classic, my Tetris, and get a little scary with you guys, and probably go to Resident Evil, because I love that as well. Like, I like being scared, but not too scared. You have to hold on to that, as well as some other RPGs like I recently playing. I think it's Solitude. It's like just as not as intense as Resident Evil, but it has a lot of gut wrenching, anticipation, thriller kinds of vibes that I'm trying to get into, as well as a couple other classics that that I prefer. And in my spare time, I also love my, my Need for Speed, my Forza, I'm a definitely a get behind the wheel girl, racing type of gamer. That's like my go-to automatically. So yeah, you most likely catch me on that as well. So stay tuned.
Cool. Well, we're gonna take one more break, then we'll be back to find out the greatest info we can on Lioness and see what she has coming for us in the future. So stay tuned. Welcome back. Again, I'm your host, Chris Cali, Lioness. So, since you've left us with the show to pretty much be run by us males, we hear now that you've started a new venture on your own on YouTube with the Meada Marx brand and Meada Moments. Tell us about that. How'd that come about? What is the synopsis behind that?
Well, the synopsis around Meada Moments is primarily because even though Dandy is like the firework and she's also the, enigmatic one, Meada tends to have all the random experiences and, stories and different kinds of, situations that people will never believe actually happened. So instead of writing it down in some goddamn journal and tossing it to the side and acting like it never happened, I figured I'd just bring it to the world and let everybody know what's going on. It's for better lack of a word, right?
Definitely entertaining. I've seen a couple episodes myself. I mean, obviously I've seen a few episodes myself, but from the comments that are posted, people seem to enjoy the originality, the fact that you seem natural. You don't seem scripted or pre-composed like most women on the internet.
I mean, I try to keep as genuine and transparent as possible because though it's fun to edit out and act like, mistakes don't happen, it's just not natural. There's so many unorganic things going on in this reality that we, center around this day and age. But I feel that having a real organic experience is nothing in comparison. So, there's nothing compared to that.
I hear you. So you got the Meada Moments going on your channel. You also have story time. What's the difference between story time and Meada Moments?
Well, story times are things that typically happen in my past that, it's like it's not happened. It's like years later type situation. But whereas Meada Moments is something that most likely happened really recent. So, so it's like that is like I guess the big difference from it. And with Meada Moments tends to be depending on what's happening in that moment, because it could be me just sitting down. It could be me actually doing things like in that nature, more or less. But story time is definitely something specific to the past, where it's right now.
Well, definitely check out that YouTube page, Meada Marx, right? We're gonna have that floating somewhere down here or in the link, definitely in the description. You can hit the link and go subscribe, like, share, comment that page, hit that notification bell, all of that good stuff so that you can stay connected to Dandelions, Meada Marx.
Whatever one you encounter, because let's be for real, just like Janet Jackson has Demita Joe and Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, Meada Marx has Dandelions.
Sounds good. Well, we're going to get out of here. It was great for you to stop by,
Oh, thank you. I'm always watching.
I'm glad that, we're back.
Yeah, it's like we're back. I don't know what to tell you, but, you need to show up. And stay tuned. Like, come on. As you can see, we're going to have fun over here. We should try to fun.
We're definitely going to do that. So as always, do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do. I'm Chris Caliber.
And I am Meada Marx and Dandeliones.
And we're out of here.